Said, let's focus on all the top stocks we're tracking for you today on a special top 10 segment. The list of stocks will be coming up as we speak. And Rima joins in first to tell us about Mphasis. Negative news flow yesterday, but they've come in there and they've clarified on that. Rima, tell us more.
Indeed. So if you remember yesterday, we were talking about the Mint report, which said that FedEx, which is one of Mphasis' top clients, has lost its client to Accenture. Well, to that, in a written communication to the Bombay Stock Exchange, Mphasis has written, and I quote, "As a matter of policy, we do not comment on speculative news articles or on individual client relations and clients. However, for the sake of clarity, Mphasis continues to be a service provider in the FedEx ecosystem." So that's the statement. Mphasis continues to be a service provider in the FedEx ecosystem. Other aspects of the report are fairly speculative. The management reiterates and stands by its outlook. Yesterday, stock was down about 2.5%, perhaps some relief today.
All right, so Mphasis is going to be on our radar for sure. Rima, thank you very much for that. Let's move on, say hi to Vivek. Vivek, you're watching out for Torrent Power. What's the news here?
Well, good morning. So Torrent Power is in focus. This is a routine business that the company conducts every year. So what the company has done is they've signed a long-term sales and purchase agreement with BP Singapore. The change here is this time around they've gone in for a long-term supply agreement. So the company will be going ahead and procuring close to 0.41 billion metric tons per annum of LNG. And this particular deal is from 2027 to 2036. So now this particular LNG that the company will be procuring will be used to operate close to 2.7 gigawatts of gas-based power generation capacity that Torrent Power operates. Along with that, Torrent says that it will also be used to go ahead and support the city gas distribution business that Torrent Power operates. Along with that, the company says to make or to take advantage of the softer LNG prices, they are further exploring medium and long-term LNG procurement, and this, they believe, will help support the group plans going forward. So Torrent Power expect a slight gain on the stock today.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's hop across to Ekta. She's here to tell us about Glenmark Pharma and Biocon. Ekta?
Well, I'll start with Glenmark, where their innovation arm has presented phase 1 results for a drug which is under development, ISB 2001, at the American Society of Clinical Oncology, which is one of the biggest forums for oncology in the world. ISB 2001 is focused on multiple myeloma. The company says that across 35 patients that they treated, the overall response rate was 75%. Remember, this particular molecule was granted fast-track designation status by the US FDA in May 2025. Orphan drug designation in July of 2023, and they have said that they are in advanced discussions with multiple partners, all big pharma. Biocon in focus because they've received approval for liraglutide in India. It is a GLP-1 drug, and the company says that GLP therapies such as liraglutide are expected to be key future growth areas for Biocon. Remember, they've already launched it in the UK. Important to note that there are better molecules out there which are used for GLP-1 or used for this particular condition, such as semaglutide and now Mounjaro's drug. So liraglutide, while it's positive, it's not the the biggest drug that they're watching in GLP.
Okay, all right, Ekta. We'll watch out for Biocon nonetheless. Thanks very much for the context and the details over there. Let's move on. The next one on our radar. Actually, Nigel, let me ask you, Man Industries, what's happening here?
Well, that's right. Man Industries first, so if you just look at the last 1 month, you'll see that the stock is up more than 40%. Clearly the street was sensing something. And yesterday you got that announcement that came. In fact, 50% in the last 1 month or so. They've gone ahead, they've announced a fundraise. 300 crores is what they're raising. Through the promoter entity, they're going to be raising close to around 40 crores approximately. That's going to be via convertible warrants, which will be convertible in the next 18 months or so. So promoter, they're putting some money out there. And the non-promoter as well, they are going to be putting close to 260 crores. That's via equity shares. And the list comes up for you. Some of the notable investors include Mr. Ashish Kacholia as well. What are they going to be using this 300 crores for? The ongoing capex. Remember, in Jammu as well as in Saudi Arabia, they have a capex. They have some working capital needs as well as balance sheet strengthening and the company's long-term goals as well as some strategic initiatives. So the news is positive, but just keep in mind that the stock has seen a big run in the last 1 month or so. And, the pricing that it's being done at is around 328, which is the discount to yesterday's close price. Going with green, though, on this one.
Okay, so Man Industries is going to be on our radar as well. Let's now also talk about crude because the kind of move that we've seen overnight, perhaps it could impact stock prices as well. We have Manisha joining in. Manisha, good morning. Quite a surge. 3% last night, right?
Oh, yes, it is 3% of gains in the overnight market. And, there have been a lot of factors which clearly have been supportive, beginning with OPEC and allies, which have keeping the output increases in July to 411,000 barrels per day. It is on the higher side, but the point is that there are no surprises here. This is the number that the markets have digested, has been talking about as well. And then Iran seems set to reject the U.S. nuclear deal proposal that added to the premium. The Canadian wildfires have just about continued, hitting 7% overall country production. So some supply concerns coming in from there as well. And U.S., the rig count has declined for a fifth week to the lowest since 2021. So all that, the immediate tight supplies into the international market is what seems to be supporting. And having said that, the peace talks between Russia and China have failed to yield substantial progress. The U.S. and China conversations also seem to be going downhill. The decline in dollar index also has been supportive. So everywhere that you see, there are very, very strong supportive factors continuing for the crude prices.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thanks a lot for that. Well, here's a quick recap of all the top stocks that we're tracking. We just listed out for you the ones with positive news flow: Mphasis, Torrent Power, Glenmark Pharma, Biocon, Man Industries, as well as ONGC. While stocks with negative news flow include the likes of Aptus Housing, Zinca Logistics, Asian Paints, as well as Berger Paints. We'll take a short break, but on the other side, we'll be focusing on the stock of the last week or so, Welspun Corp. They're going to be joining to detail their Q4 numbers and the outlook as well for the next year. Stay with us.